Methods of separation. The methods of separation depend on the constituent of a mixture. If we want to separate a mixture, we have to use such a property that one component of the mixture has while others do not. If you want to separate a mixture of iron filings and sulfur, you can use a magnet to separate iron, as it is attracted by the magnet, while sulfur does not. Separation of solids from other solids. Separation of solids from other solids. For separating any component from a mixture, we use some of the properties of the component. These properties are important and help in separating a component from its mixture. Properties commonly used to separate solids from a mixture of solids are color, shape, size, density, weight, attraction by magnet, or solubility in water. Let us learn about these methods of separation in detail. Hand picking. Have you ever noticed your mother while she prepares food? When she prepares rice, firstly she takes the uncooked rice in a plate and removes something from that. That something are the unwanted substances which should be separated or removed. Undesirable substances such as pieces of stones in rice or dal can be separated by hand picking, that is, picked by hand. This method can only be used if the quantity of the mixture is small and the undesirable substances differ in shape, size, or color. Sieving. If the component of a mixture contains particles of different sizes, we can use a sieve to separate them. The pore size in the sieve depends on the size of the particles of the component to be separated. A sieve having fine pores is used to separate undesirable substances in flour. A sieve having larger pores is used to separate stones from sand at construction sites. Threshing and winnowing. Have you ever visited a wheat or paddy field after the crop has been harvested? Do you know the meaning of harvesting? Harvesting means cutting the crop from the field. The grains are attached to their stalks, which are put together in bundles. How are the grains separated from the stalks in bundles? The process of separating grains from the stalks is called threshing. Threshing can be done in the following 3 ways. By beating the stalks with sticks on the ground. By allowing animals such as bullocks to trample the stalks, and by using machines. Machines are generally used in larger fields. Winnowing is a method used to separate lighter components of a mixture from the heavier ones by wind or by blowing air. It is used by farmers to separate husk from grains. Husk particles are lighter than grains, hence are carried away by wind. The grain particles are heavier, hence fall near the place of winnowing. Husk is a useful component. It is used as fodder, food for animals. Separation of insoluble solids from liquids. Insoluble substances which are heavier than water can be separated by the processes of sedimentation and decantation. Sedimentation is the process in which heavier particles of an insoluble solid settle down in a liquid. Such particles that settle down are called the sediment. Decantation is the process of pouring out the liquid without disturbing the sediment. Activity: to separate a mixture of sand and water. To separate a mixture of sand and water, the techniques of sedimentation and decantation can be used. Take a mixture of sand and water in a beaker. Leave the beaker undisturbed for some time. You will find that the sand settles down, sedimentation, while the water forms the upper layer. It can be poured out into another beaker, decantation, and separated. Filtration. The process by which two substances are separated by passing the mixture through a filtering device is called filtration. Filtration is commonly used in our homes. For example, after preparing tea, we filter out the tea leaves using a strainer. Filtration is also done to remove pulp from fresh fruit juice. Water may also contain solid impurities which can be removed by filtration. During filtration, the insoluble solid is retained in the filtering device, whereas the liquid passes through it. It is important that the particles of the insoluble solid are bigger than the holes in the filtering device for them to be retained in it. A filter paper is a filtering device that has very fine pores in it. Activity: to separate a mixture of mud and water by filtration. Take some muddy water in a beaker. Take a circular piece of filter paper and fold it twice as open it out to make a cone. Place the filter paper cone in a funnel. Keep a beaker below the funnel. Pour the muddy water slowly into the cone using a glass rod. Clear water flows down the funnel and collects in the beaker below. Take out the filter paper cone and open it out. Mud particles are seen on the paper. Compare the filtered water with the water obtained by decantation. Which one is clear? decanted water will still have fine particles of sand floating around, but filtered water is free from any solid impurities. Loading. In a liquid, if the suspended particles of a solid are very fine, they generally take a long time for settling down. A method called loading is used to speed up the process of sedimentation by making the particles heavier. Alum, which is solid and soluble in water, is used to load the suspended particles of clay in the water. By using alum, these suspended particles become heavier and settle down. You can take the clean and clear water from the top by any process, such as decantation or filtration. Rain is a good example of loading processes. Raindrops remove dust and other solid particles from the air. Raindrops load particles suspended in the air and bring them to the ground. Thus, rain clears the air. Separation of soluble solids from a liquid. Evaporation. The process of changing a liquid into a gas is called evaporation. Heat and wind help in the evaporation of water. The water cycle that causes rain begins with evaporation of water. Evaporation is used to separate solids dissolved in liquids. When food items are sun-dried, we are actually removing the water content from them through evaporation. Salt is obtained from seawater through evaporation. Seawater is mainly a solution of table salt and water. The water is blocked and collected in evaporation ponds, salt pans. When water evaporates completely, the salt remains in the ponds. The salt is collected and sent to the factory for further processes. Activity. To separate common salt dissolved in water by evaporation. Take a beaker containing some water. Add a teaspoonful of salt in it and dissolve it with a glass rod. Keep the beaker on a stand and light a burner under it. Let the mixture boil for some time. Note what happens. No water is left in the beaker after some time. Only salt is left behind. This shows that water has evaporated. Use of more than one method of separation. We have studied some methods of separation of substances from their mixtures. Often, one method is not sufficient to separate the different substances present in a mixture. In such a situation, we need to use more than one of these methods. Activity. Separation of salt, sand, and water. Take a mixture of sand and salt. How will you separate these two? We know that hand-picking would not be a practical method for separating these. Keep this mixture in a beaker and add some water. Leave the beaker aside for some time. Do you see the sand settling down at the bottom? The sand can be separated by decantation or filtration. What does the decanted liquid contain? Do you think this water contains the salt which was there in the mixture at the beginning? Now, we need to separate salt and water from the decanted liquid. Transfer this liquid to a kettle and close its lid. Heat the kettle for some time. Do you notice steam coming out from the spout of the kettle? Take a metal plate with some ice on it. Hold the plate above the spout of the kettle. What do you observe? Let all the water in the kettle boil off. When the steam comes in contact with metal plate, cooled with ice, it condenses and forms liquid water. The water drops that you observe falling from the plate were due to condensation of steam. The process of conversion of water vapor into its liquid form is called condensation. After all the water has evaporated, what is left behind in the kettle? We have thus separated salt, sand, and water using processes of decantation, filtration, evaporation, and condensation. Separating liquids. If two liquids do not mix, they form two separate layers and are known as immiscible liquids. Cooking oil and water are immiscible. They can be separated by decantation. Activity. To separate oil and water. Mix oil and water in a container. Oil, being lighter, forms the top layer. Allow the mixture to settle, then gently decant oil from the mixture. Solution and solubility. Take some water in a glass. Put a teaspoonful of sugar in it. Stir the mixture with a spoon. What happens to the sugar as you stir? Now, taste the water. Does it taste sweet? Why? The water is called a solvent, and sugar that dissolves in water is known as a solute. A solvent and a solute together form a solution. Water has a unique property that it can dissolve a large number of substances in it, therefore known as the universal solvent. There are two types of substances. One is that which can easily dissolve in water, called soluble in water, and other that cannot, known as insoluble in water.